Fans of the Fallout series have been eagerly awaiting news about the next installment in Bethesda's legendary post-apocalyptic RPG franchise. While of course Bethesda Game Studios has confirmed that Fallout 5 is currently in development at the studio, details remain very scarce about this game, leaving the gaming community to speculate on where the game might take us, what new features it will introduce, and how it will build upon the franchise's deep and immersive world. But despite Bethesda's overall silence on this game, rumors, leaks, and educated guesses have painted somewhat of a vague picture of what Fallout 5 could potentially offer for fans of the Fallout series. Whether it will end up being a return to an iconic location, a brand new setting for the series, or a complete reimagining of gameplay mechanics, one thing here is for certain: anticipation for this game is higher than ever. With all of this in mind, let's break down everything we currently know about Fallout 5 and talk a bit about some speculation with potential settings, gameplay features, the game's release date, and the impact it could have on the future of the Fallout franchise. But before we get into it, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Fallout news. Bethesda Game Studios has remained remarkably tight-lipped when it comes to Fallout 5, and while of course Todd Howard has confirmed that the game is currently in the works at the studio, he has also stated that it will not be released until after The Elder Scrolls 6, which in itself is still years away from completion. This suggests that Fallout 5 is still in the very early stages of development, meaning fans may have to wait quite some time before seeing any official details about this game. But of course, that hasn't stopped speculation from running rampant among the Fallout community, myself included. Rumors about potential settings, storyline directions, and even platform exclusivity have spread across gaming forums and social media. Some believe Fallout 5 could be a next-gen only title. It's not unreasonable at this point in time to believe that Fallout 5 will probably be released on the next generation of consoles, but ultimately they will be leveraging the full power of modern gaming hardware when it releases. Others think the game might incorporate multiplayer elements, following the lessons Bethesda Game Studios has learned from Fallout 76. Personally, I hope this is not the case because Fallout 76 just isn't my game. I don't want multiplayer live service elements in my Fallout games, but I'm sure the idea is still being tossed around at the studio because of all the money that they've made from it. But one of the biggest questions revolves around the game's location. Fans have been piecing together clues, analyzing Bethesda's past decisions, and theorizing about what areas of the Fallout universe remain unexplored. Let me know down in the comments what your wildest speculation is about Fallout 5. The setting of Fallout 5 is perhaps the most hotly debated topic among Fallout fans. Every previous mainline Fallout game has introduced a new location within the United States, each offering a unique look at how different regions survived or failed to survive the nuclear apocalypse. One of the most popular theories suggests that Fallout 5 could be set in New Orleans. A Fallout version of the Big Easy would provide an entirely different aesthetic from previous games, with flooded streets, mutated infested bayous, and a culture that has adapted to post-apocalyptic life in fascinating ways. The remnants of old world jazz clubs, Creole influences, and unique factions built around the city's historical landmarks could make for an unforgettable experience in a Fallout game. Another widely discussed possibility is Chicago. The city has been referenced in previous Fallout games as a stronghold for the Enclave, the remnants of the pre-war US government. A Fallout game set in Chicago could explore a world where the Enclave is attempting to rebuild society in its own image, clashing with other factions in the area that overall reject their authoritarian rule. With its towering skyscrapers, underground tunnels, and deep history, Chicago could provide a visually stunning and politically charged setting for Fallout. And with Chicago's mob ties, I could see that setting have some of those similar themes around its factions like Skinny Malone and his gang and the Third Rail Bar from Fallout 4. One of the most intriguing possibilities for Fallout 5 settings is San Francisco, a location rich with history in the Fallout universe already, and this is personally where I think the game will take place. The city was briefly explored in Fallout 2, where it was home to the remnants of the Shi, a technologically advanced faction descended from pre-war Chinese submarine survivors. If Bethesda chooses to revisit San Francisco, Fallout 5 could explore the fate of the Shi, their scientific advancements, and their potential conflicts with other factions like the Brotherhood of Steel or the New California Republic. San Francisco's geography, with its iconic Golden Gate Bridge, steep hills, and proximity to both the ocean and the ruins of Silicon Valley, could offer a visually stunning and diverse open world for us to explore. This area's mix of urban decay, coastal settlements, and underground tech hubs could create an environment unlike anything seen in previous Fallout games. Given its history as a center of innovation, the city could also serve as a battleground for factions fighting over lost pre-war technology, making it a perfect setting for an epic new chapter in the Fallout saga. We all know that the Brotherhood of Steel is going to be all over this if that's the case. Some fans have even speculated that Fallout 5 could take us outside of the United States for the first time, even though that this is probably unlikely since Todd Howard has said that Fallout 5 will remain in the United States for the foreseeable future. But the Fallout series has always focused on post-war America, but there is little information about what happened in other parts of the world, and it could be ripe with exploration if they choose to go this route at some point in the future. A game set in post-apocalyptic London, Tokyo, or even somewhere in South America could provide a fresh perspective on the Fallout universe, while also maintaining the themes of survival, war, and technological decay. And of course, there's the amazing Fallout London mod that you can go check out right now if you want to. It's not an official Fallout game of course, but Team Fallout did amazing work on this mod and gave us a great view of what a post-apocalyptic London might look like in the Fallout universe. Let me know down in the comments where you think Fallout 5 will take place. Is it one of the locations I mentioned, or do you think this game will take place somewhere else? While Fallout 4 was a commercial success for the studio, some longtime fans of the Fallout series felt that it simplified certain RPG elements in favor of action-oriented gameplay. Bethesda Game Studios will need to strike some sort of balance in Fallout 5, ensuring that the game appeals to both casual players and hardcore RPG fans. There has to be a way to find a happy balance in both cases. One major area that could see significant improvements is AI and world interactivity. In past Fallout games, NPC behavior has sometimes felt static, with characters following predetermined paths and limited dialogue options. Fallout 5 could introduce more dynamic AI, allowing NPCs to react intelligently to player choices, form relationships, and even influence the larger game world. And if Starfield is any indication here, then they still have a ways to go in this department. Expanded faction systems could also play a key role in Fallout 5. Fallout New Vegas featured one of the most intricate faction systems in the series, where player choices affected alliances, power struggles, and even the ending of the game. Fallout 5 could take this to the next level, with factions that evolve based on the player's actions, internal power struggles that unfold in real time, and moral dilemmas that force difficult choices. Crafting and customization have also become staples of modern Fallout games, and Fallout 5 could be said to expand on this with deeper settlement building mechanics, weapon modification options, and even the ability to create custom armor and cybernetic enhancements. Vehicles could also play a large role, with potential for customized transport, scavenged war machines, or even makeshift aircraft. Starfield introduced the Rev 8, so it's possible with the current game engine. Combat could also see refinements as well, blending VATS mechanics with more fluid gunplay, improved melee systems, and destructible environments that make firefights feel more intense and immersive in the game. And with Bethesda Game Studios now part of Microsoft and the Xbox family of studios, there's also the question of how new technology could shape Fallout 5. The game could and should leverage a more powerful game engine for more detailed environments, better physics, and improved animations. And lastly, enhanced mod support could allow for a more flexible game world, making it easier for the community to create new content that extends the game's lifespan. Let me know down in the comments which you think Bethesda will improve upon or add in Fallout 5. When Fallout 76 launched in 2018, it was met with widespread criticism due to its numerous technical issues, lack of NPCs, and an overall feeling of an empty game world. And even though the game has improved a lot of course since its initial release, Bethesda can learn many lessons on what not to do when they develop and release Fallout 5. Players were initially excited about the prospects of a multiplayer Fallout experience. I mean, personally, I had thought about it for years, but overall most of us were disappointed by a game that felt unfinished and devoid of the rich storytelling that made previous entries in the Fallout games so beloved. From game-breaking bugs to an underwhelming endgame, Fallout 76 struggled to deliver the deep, immersive world players has come to love and expect from the Fallout franchise. Even to this day, Fallout 76 is still the game that personally I have the least amount of playtime in. There's not much that really draws me into this game, or ever really has, and I really hope that Fallout 5 is nothing like Fallout 76. One of the biggest complaints of Fallout 76 was the absence of human NPCs at launch, which stripped the game of the meaningful interactions and moral dilemmas that define the Fallout experience. Instead, players were left to piece together the story through holotapes and notes, which made the world feel lifeless. Bethesda Game Studios later addressed these issues with expansions like the Wastelanders DLC, which reintroduced NPCs and factions, but by then much of the damage had already been done to the game. Another major problem was the unstable technical performance of the game. Fallout 76 launched with countless bugs, server issues, and performance problems that made it difficult for players to enjoy the game. Glitches that ranged from minor visual errors to major crashes plagued the experience as well, reinforcing concerns that Bethesda Game Studios' creation engine was outdated and in need of a complete overhaul. Also, the game's lack of meaningful choices and branching narratives was another disappointment for fans. Fallout has always thrived on player agency, allowing gamers to make decisions that shape the world around them. In Fallout 76, the online nature of the game limited these opportunities for players, making the experience feel less personal and immersive. For Fallout 5, Bethesda Game Studios must learn from these mistakes. The game needs to launch in a polished, stable state, avoiding the technical disasters that plagued Fallout 76 at launch. The game world must feel alive from the start with rich storytelling, compelling NPCs, and meaningful player choices that shape the wasteland. Most importantly, Bethesda must ensure that Fallout 5 stays true to the series' RPG roots, prioritizing deep narratives and dynamic interactions over these live service elements. If Bethesda can overall deliver a game that embraces the best parts of the franchise while also avoiding the missteps of Fallout 76, Fallout 5 has the potential to be one of the greatest RPGs of its generation. And I know that no developers will probably end up watching this video, but please, let's get away from the live service slop. I know it makes you a quick buck in the short term, but that's not what we want from this series. Keep updating Fallout 6 if that's what you want to do, but please, make Fallout 5 a good game. Let me know down in the comments what you think Bethesda needs to improve on from Fallout 76 and Starfield for that matter, since that was their most recent game. One of the biggest questions surrounding Fallout 5 is when players can expect to finally get their hands on this game. Bethesda has confirmed that Fallout 5 will release after The Elder Scrolls 6, which itself is still in development. Given Bethesda's development timelines in the past and the fact that The Elder Scrolls 6 is expected to launch sometime in the late 2020s, maybe around 2027 or 2028, it's likely that Fallout 5 won't arrive until at least 2030. Looking at Bethesda's previous history, the studio typically takes several years between major RPG releases. Fallout 4 launched in 2015, 7 years after Fallout 3, and Starfield, Bethesda's most recent RPG, took over 8 years to develop. If The Elder Scrolls 6 follows a similar pattern here and releases around 2027 or 2028, then Fallout 5 would realistically be at least 2 to 4 years behind it, and the best guess we could have for the game's release date would probably be anywhere from 2030 to 2032. However, with Bethesda Game Studios now under Microsoft and Xbox's ownership, there is a possibility that development could be accelerated thanks to better resources, larger teams, and improved technology. If that happens, Fallout 5 could arrive sooner than we all expect, but for now, fans will have to prepare for a long wait until they can return to the wasteland of Fallout. Let me know down in the comments what you think the release date will be for Fallout 5. The announcement of Fallout 5 represents a turning point for the franchise. Bethesda has already confirmed that they see Fallout as one of their flagship series, meaning that beyond Fallout 5, there could be additional spin-offs, expansions, or even remasters of past games. Also, with Season 1 of the Fallout TV series released already and Season 2 in development at Amazon currently, the franchise is about to reach an even wider audience. Season 1 of the TV show itself was watched by over 100 million viewers, so there is more interest on this series now more than ever. This could lead to even more renewed interest in older games in the franchise, remasters of classic titles, or even experimental new projects set in the Fallout universe. But honestly, all I want is Fallout 3 remastered. But Bethesda has a chance to deliver something truly groundbreaking with Fallout 5 though, blending everything that has made this series great while also introducing fresh ideas that redefine the post-apocalyptic RPG experience. For now, fans of the Fallout games will need to be patient as the game is still years away at this point, but the potential for an unforgettable adventure is undeniable. With Fallout 5 on the horizon at the moment, the franchise is poised to enter a new era. While the wait may be long, of course, one thing is certain: when the wasteland calls again, millions of players will be ready to answer. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Fallout news. And if you're looking for something else to watch, click one of the videos you're seeing on screen right now. I will see you there.